Okay, so hello student, my name is William OK. Today's video is called, well, if I can open up Excel again. Yeah, there it is. It's called the 200 Bible Video Podcast. Yeah, anyway, so I do got, so yeah, and you can see is I do got a new computer. You see, you can see it's a Windows 10 computer. Yeah. That's the computer I have, and people have been telling me to get Windows 10 computer anyway, but now I do anyway, because my old computer, my Windows 7 computer, is not working anymore. Yeah, it wants me, and it looks like my Windows computer. Yeah. I know once a restart, but I'll let it do that after I finish with this video, okay? So, because I want to talk about some stuff first. Well, here, yeah, well, my YouTube video about Until California was removed because they believe it violates their medical information policy. So I can make another video about California. Well, I'll make another video about California without the medical stuff. Well, somewhere around next week for episode 3 then. But I'll read about that later. Okay. Yeah, I have to get used to this Windows 10 computer. I'll try to anyway. Yeah, I know. You can see this is my globe right here. So you can see this. Yeah, I know. I live in California, and I'll make the video the Bible says about California for episode 3. Okay. Yeah. So that way I can have a Bible reading. So I can have a Bible video about California, because I live in California. Yeah, I try to. I know there's a lot of things happening in California. Well, what about the things? So, I know, but here's what I don't like. I know the California governor Gavin Newsom. I know he visited China to see dictator Xi Jinping. I know, and I don't like that at all. And also, he bought some very polluted Chinese cars. I know that's not good at all. And also, dictator Xi Jinping came to the U.S. to talk to Joe Biden on a win-win situation. Yeah, I don't like that at all. And first of all, democracy and evil dictatorship doesn't mix at all. It mostly leads to war, and that's not good at all. I don't like this. Okay, this stupid thing. Okay, and we're trying to get our enemies closer. No, we need to get rid of our. Well, first of all, we need to get rid of God's enemies. That's the answer. Okay, dictator Xi Jinping is one of God's enemies. That's the answer. Okay, now I love my enemies, but I don't love God's enemies. Okay, I hate God's enemies. So that's why. Well, I tell you, he hates the Bible too. Okay. And Joe Biden's a dumb president. Okay. And I do, it is true. I do agree with Joe Biden that Xi Jinping is a dictator and an evil emperor. I know, yeah, I know, and an evil emperor. But we need a different president. I think we need a different president for the United States of America. And I think Donald Trump should be better, but I think Donald Trump is better anyway. But I'm not voting because over all people here in the U.S. is just voting for wicked presidents anyway. I know I'm not a Republican or a Democrat because I'm an independent. I'm a Christian. That's why. Yeah, this is what I think about the CCP. I hate them, and I guess they hate me too because I'm a Christian. And why does the CCP want to look at the bad things, only look at the bad things here in the U.S.? There's a lot of good things here in the U.S., like becoming a Christian, for example, and believing the Bible. About being a Bible-believing Christian. I preach against evolution, and stuff like that. There's a lot of things you can do here in the U.S. Now, the homeless, well, first of all, there's homeless people around the world, okay? Yeah, I know, they're looking at the homeless people here in the U.S. Well, I know the U.S. has about 600,000 homeless people, but China has about 3 million homeless people. And I think that, I know, and they want to tell us that China has no homeless people? Yeah, that's just stupid, because that's lying. Yes, China does have a homeless problem, and it has to be talked about. Is that the Chinese good doesn't want to talk about it, and I'll talk more about that in another video. But yes, China does have homeless people. Just they have it's a lot more of a problem in China than here in the U.S. It's just that the CCP wants to hide it. Yeah, I know, but they're not gonna, I know, but I know what it is. Okay? I think every country in the world has a homeless problem. Okay? Now, I know the most homeless people here in the U.S. is here in California. But I normally don't care, okay? I can help the homeless people, but I'll try to bring them to Jesus if I have to, okay? And I talk about the ones here in the U.S. Okay? There's nothing can do with the homeless people in China, okay? Because China is ruled by an evil dictatorship. So there, I know. And now you may be thinking, why am I learning about China from, right? I know, from Winston Snurzel, from Serpent ZA. You can watch him. He teaches the truth about China, because he's been living in China for a long time. Same with Matthew Tai from Laowai 86, and also Louis Hand from Free China, etc. So, I know, Winston Snurzel and Matthew Tai are here in the U.S., well, and Louis Hand is in the UK. I watch them to learn about the bad things that are happening in China, because they don't want you, because I know they don't want you to, because they're looking at the bad. I know about the bad things here in the U.S. It's over the media, but but the bad things in China, not that much of it is in the media. That's why. And I think China is the most polluted country here in the world, not the U.S. We're trying to get rid of the pollution here in the U.S. You know, and I don't want, no, I don't want the U.S. to end up like China, okay? And I know I live in California. I want to stay. I'll stay living in California because I try to fix California and also fix the U.S. as well. Okay, you know, I'm happy to live here in the U.S. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know why there's a lot of people who are not happy for the U.S. Well, there's things we can fix here. I guess there are things we have to fix here in the U.S. But you know, to make the U.S. a better country to live for Christians, you know. But that's something, you know. But that's going to take time, okay? And there's nothing I know. And you know, preaching, I know, and this believing in evolution is not going to help anything. It's going to make it worse. And why do I believe evolution will lead why do I believe evolution will lead the U.S. to end up like China? Because it's stupid, okay? And this is not what we want here, okay? I hate evolution. I loathe it, and it has to go away. You know, and evolution will make the U.S. end up be like China, and I don't want to be that way. Okay? I don't want the U.S. to be ruled by an evil dictatorship. Okay? I don't want that. I want the U.S. to be a Christian nation, and that's why. But I know I don't think I can get what I want, but at least I'll try to get as many people saved as I can here in the U.S. And I guess I have to learn more languages too, since not everybody here in the U.S. speaks English. I know. I'm gonna have to learn Spanish and Mandarin, etc. I know, just to get more people saved. I know, just to get more people saved here in the U.S. But here in the U.S., we have freedom. And look, we do have freedom of speech. I can preach the Bible here in the U.S. Okay, so if you're worried about mass shootings here in the U.S., well, first of all, people get murdered all over the world, okay? And there's nothing you can do about it, okay? Okay, there's crime all over the world, okay? You know? I know there's a lot of crime here in California, but it's not just here in California. There's crime all over the world, okay? There's nothing you can do about it, okay? So get over it. Okay? You can live happy after here in the U.S. without, you know, and stop worrying about the bad stuff because they're going to keep happening anyway, and worry about the good stuff here in the U.S. There's a lot of good stuff here in the U.S. Okay? You know. Like going to work, you can go to church, you can exercise here in the U.S., you know. There's a lot of things you can do here in the U.S. And also, so yes. Now, I know that California is one of the hardest places to live here in the U.S., but you know, but that's because living in California is expensive. I know, and you know, yeah, and the point is to save your money. Yeah, I know. And that's the answer. I know, that's why. Yeah, I know. So California is not one of the best places to live here in the US. But you know, it's okay. You know, I'll try to fix California the best I can, you know, but it's not easy, so. I know. I'm not telling people to move to California. You can move to other states if that's what you can move to other states if that's what you want, because I know there's other states that are better than California. I'm just not going to move to those states because I don't know them very well. I'm just going to stay here in California because I know California pretty well anyway. Now, I know I was born in Oregon, but my family moved to California in 1998, so that's why. Yeah, I learned from church to hate the CTP, okay? I loathe them, and I do pray for them to be gotten for that. I do pray for them. for hopefully for them to be. I do pray for them to be gone for good in the future, you know. But there's one guy who wants it changed. Well, there's one guy who wants to change China to a democratic country, and that's Xi Jinping. Yeah, he's Chinese. Yeah, he wants to become. Yeah, you know, he wants to change China to a democratic country if if he becomes the next Chinese president. I know. If you want to vote for him, go ahead. But I'm not going to vote for him. But well, if you want to vote for him, go ahead. You know, but it's up to you. If you want to join Xi Jinping's Chinese Democratic Party, you know what? Go ahead. You know, I'm not going to anyway, but I know you can also say CDP. I know CDP for short. Anyway, I know he wants to compete against dictator Xi Jinping. I don't know how he's gonna do that anyway. And plus, I know that dictator Xi Jinping is going to die. And plus, I know that dictator Xi Jinping is going to die pretty soon anyway. I know he's in his early 70s. He'll be, I know, in 10 years he will be in 80. And then probably after that he will die. So, after that. But I'm not sure he will live. But I'm not sure how long dictator Xi Jinping is going to live any longer anyway. So, yeah, because he's going to die. I know he's going to die in a short amount of time eventually. So that's why. Yeah, I know. And the Chinese economy is failing, which is a good thing anyway. So, to me, I'm happy that I'm glad the Chinese economy is failing anyway. Yeah. To me, yeah, that means that this communist China is dying, and I'm glad it's dying anyway. But here in the U.S., well, we can try to do what we can to fix the U.S. You know. Well, I know Xi Jinping's destiny. Well, first of all, I know it's harder. It's gonna be harder to fix China. It is to fix the U.S. Well, because I think China is more doomed than the U.S. That's why. Well, I accept Xi Jinping's opinion, but you know, even though I believe that China is more doomed than the U.S. You know, that's my belief. Okay, and to me, I think it's a lot easier to fix the society here in the U.S. Okay, because you know the society is, well, it's not as bad as China, so that's why. It is pretty bad, but it's not as bad as China, so that's why. The U.S. is still the best country in the world, but of course it could be better. So. I'm happy to live in the U.S., okay? If you don't like the U.S., well, that's your problem, not mine, okay? You can just go away and leave me alone if you don't like me. I'm happy to live here in the U.S., okay? And you think... and you don't think so, then just go away and leave me alone, okay? Because I know, I know it's pretty hard to live in China. And I don't want to anyway. I'm better living here in the U.S., where I can preach the Bible, you know? I believe the Bible, and this is what I'm trying to tell you. I'm a Bible-believing Christian, I can preach the Bible here. And I can learn languages here in the U.S. I can learn Spanish here. And yes, you can learn Mandarin here in the U.S. It's just a lot slower here. There's Chinatowns here in the U.S. And And that is a great opportunity to learn Mandarin here in the U.S. Alright, so here's what I do. Yeah, I'm gonna keep preaching the Bible because I believe the Bible, okay? I do want more people to preach the Bible, yes, and I do want more people to be against the CCP, and I do want more people to be against evolution here in the U.S. Okay, because hopefully, so that way I can make the U.S. a better country, even a better country for people to live. Okay, and also for more people that want to move here to the U.S. as well. Okay, oh well. I'll try to do is try to make this. I'll try to do what I can to make this country a good society without being a leader of the United States. Because I don't want to be the president of the U.S. I'll just try to do it what I can to preach the Bible. Because that's my belief. Okay. I know. Yeah, I know. Interesting. Yes, I know. Yes. So yes, China is pushing their propaganda into the U.S. and also other countries too, and I don't like that at all. I know, and China's doing a lot of bad things. Look, China has been done a lot of bad things here in the U.S. Okay, there's 6 Chinese police stations here in the U.S. and there's also a Chinese biolab here in the U.S. That's to try to tell you, okay? And look, those things need to be shut down here in the U.S. Those Chinese police stations here in the U.S. and the Chinese biolab here in the U.S. Okay? They need to be shut down. Okay? Because I'm not a fan of communism. I hate it. And it has to go away. I mean, well... Well, because with these Chinese police stations and biolab, it's just, yeah, I know, it tells me that Chinese people are no longer safe here in the U.S., and that's not good. I want everybody to be safe in the U.S., okay? I'm American Christian, and I want people and people who want to live here in the U.S. should live here in the U.S. if they want to. Okay? You can see. You can see right here, the United States flag right here is not a communist flag like the Chinese flag, and the United States flag looks a lot better than the Chinese communist flag, The United States flag. Here, I'll show it to you. The comparison of Well, let me see. Do I have a picture in here of the Chinese flag? Oh yeah, I do. Okay. All right. So here it is. Okay. This flag, the United States flag, okay, looks a lot better than this flag, okay? This is a communist flag with 5 yellow stars, okay? I'm trying to tell you, a communist flag is just not good at all. It's not good. It's not good at all, okay? This is what That's not good at all, okay? You know, please. You're both living in the U.S. and waving the United States flag. And you know, because you know, here in the U.S., we're one nation under God. Okay, China is just one nation under evil dictatorship. You know, kind of like, you know, Decepticon. Well, not Decepticon from Transformers. I was thinking about more like, well, since China's more like into like snakes and dragons, I would say more like Team Cobra from G.I. Joe. Yes, and I used to watch G.I. Joe anyway. Here it is. Here's the picture of the United States flag. For all I know, for the glory. Yes. So, my answer is this. Yeah, don't go to China. Come over here to the U.S. Come on. Yeah, come over here to the U.S. Okay? And, you know, and you'll be happy that you live here in the U.S. Because I tell you something, you will hate living in China. You'll be happy living here in the U.S. Okay? And I believe the Bible, and I believe the Bible is true anyway. And yes, I can show you how to go to, and I guess I can show you about heaven. You know? Okay? I'll talk about negative mass next video. Yeah, I'm on PowerPoint right now, as you can see. I'll do this later. Yeah, I have to go right now anyway. But hopefully I can show you in this video about more stuff. Yeah. I've been focusing on outer space, you know, because that's what my thing is about. You know, I believe the Bible, and I'll keep preaching the Bible, okay? I always keep preaching the Bible. Okay? And if you want, and I do want more people to preach the Bible, yes. And I do want more people to preach against Chinese propaganda, because I hate it, you know? And it has to, and I know, and this, you know, because, you know, the world does not need an evil dictatorship China. It needs a better kind of China. And I don't think, I guess we're not going to get that anytime soon right now. But well, because I know it's Xi Jinping wants to change China. Well, I know he wants it. Well, I guess this world does need a democratic China, but, you know, but I don't know if that's even going to happen. But yeah, I know it's Xi Jinping that wants to change it, so. I know, I just don't think we're going to get what we want here anyway. But I believe the Bible, and I know, and you choose something. God is my, and the God is my ultimate authority here, okay? I'm trying to be on God's side, you know, because I believe the Bible, okay? I'm on God. I try to be on God's side, you know, because I'm not into politics. I'm not into voting, because I'm a Christian, okay? That's why. When you go to church, you will believe the Bible, okay? And you can read the Bible in English. You can also read it, and plus when you learn, And yeah, I have the Bible in Spanish and Chinese as well. I just haven't read it yet because I'm still learning Spanish and Mandarin. But let me tell you something, okay? And when you believe the Bible, you'll be happy you do. And I know more people will hate you because you believe the Bible, but you know that's okay. You know, I know Christians are gonna make. I know. I'm trying to make more friends than enemies, but sometimes, but there's people that do want to be enemies to Christians anyway, because that's I know it's not good at all. And I know I don't want enemies. I want friends. You know, that's why I'm preaching. And I know, and I want God. And I know I'm trying to be because I'm preaching the Bible because I try to be God's friend. That's why. So yes, I'm an enemy of Satan, and I'm glad to be one. You know, because I try to preach the Bible here anyway. I'm King James only, and I try to be, and you know, the Bible teaches salvation is by grace through faith. You know, and once you're saved, you're always saved. You can't lose it, okay? Because salvation lasts forever, okay? Here's my answer for you, okay? The point of any false religion is to damn souls to hell. When you go to heaven and believe all Lord Jesus Christ. Salvation is by faith, all the grace of Jesus Christ alone. When it's easier to say by Jesus is the truth, meaning you can't lose your salvation. But when you say that salvation is easy to do is believe in Jesus Christ for salvation. So what next is called what it's supposed to say about negative mass. Well, I'll talk about that next video because I go right now. So that's my answer for you. Okay. If you want to live in a better country than you're living right now, than where you're living right now, I would say, come to the U.S. Okay, that's my answer. Okay. Now. I know. Now, if you want to come to the U.S., well, there's other countries you can live in as well. But, you know, I'll talk about those countries later on. Well, there's Canada, and, well, Canada's not the best place either. Well, it's not a great place either, but, you know. I think Taiwan and Japan and maybe and also Australia and the UK are pretty good places to live, too. But they're not as great as the U.S., so... And yes, I do believe that Taiwan is a country. Okay? It has nothing to do with communist China. Okay? Taiwan is a free democracy, you know. And I know the US does not recognize Taiwan as a country, but I do, okay? But I do, okay? And I don't care if it doesn't, okay? You know, and it's because I hate the CCP and they have to go away, okay? I'm gonna recognize what country is a country. I'll recognize any land that has a government, a country, you know. And don't worry, I'll talk more about Taiwan some other time. But I'm telling you that I do believe and know that Taiwan is a country, okay? And maybe I think maybe I will, and I think. And maybe sometime in the future, I will visit Taiwan over China. You know. But yeah, if China does become a democratic country, then maybe I'll visit. But not anytime, but right now. But, you know, but that's just a dream. Well, I don't know if that's ever going to happen or not. Okay? To be above, you know, but I think Taiwan and Japan, and I guess South Korea and Mongolia, are probably the best. I think the great countries to visit in Asia. India, I'm not sure, but well, India is all mixed with Hinduism, and that's not good at all. So yeah, I don't like communism at all. Well, I don't like Islam either. You know, Muhammad is a pedophile, so that's why. I know. I'm against Islam too. Anyway, so I believe the Bible, and I hope you guys can learn about the Bible too from me, because I'm a Bible believing Christian as well. Okay, I'll talk about next week's comment, especially about negative mass. Okay, because I gotta go right now. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.